This week on KCBY, we look at the process of applying to college.
We see how a local music teacher is changing lives.
And we get a behind-the-scenes look on a freshman thriving on the varsity tennis team.
Hi, and welcome to our 5th KCBY show for the 2025 to 2026 school year. I'm Kavi Narayanan.
And I'm Sophie Lasagna. KCBY starts now.
At CHS, senior year means Friday night lights, senior overalls, and many more beloved traditions.
But it's also college application season, which means seniors are navigating the tricky balance of completing applications and maintaining social lives. Sophia brings us insight on this busy time of the year.
With college application season in swing, students have to balance everything going on in their lives. CHS counselor Lindsay O brings us insight into the process for a student.
Starting a new school year where every school year you're having to adjust to a new schedule, new classes, all of those things, as well as going into senior year where there's more events. Our counselors work really hard here for a public school in supporting the college application process. A lot of things that we've started doing is to make sure that a student has the opportunity to get to their support that they need. For me as a counselor, I just want to celebrate the accomplishments. I don't need even to really even hear like a thank you for it. To me, when a kid comes up and tells me I got into such and such, even if that's not where they're going, that means they were wanting to share that information with me.
Senior Anju Anand faces the challenge of going through college applications while being a versatile student. She talks about how she makes time for herself throughout her busy schedule.
The hardest part about balancing all my extracurriculars and classes with college app season is probably just not getting burnt out. I need to remind myself constantly that it's okay if I go to bed early for one night. Knowing that I have support from counselors has honestly taken a lot of stress off of college applications for me. I know that there's someone I can always go to look over my essay or just ask a question about, I don't know if this college will be right for me. I think my biggest advice is know what you want. Don't be worried about what other people are doing.
For KCBY, I'm Sophia Garza.
According to the National Institute of Health, music is shown to help kids improve self-esteem and decrease anxiety.
One local music school founder has dedicated her life to helping kids through music as a result of her own personal journey with mental health. Ashwarya brings us the story.
Stephanie Seifus, music instructor, has taught private music for 17 years. After a personal battle with mental health as a child, Seifus credits music as her saving grace.
I wrote 11 songs actually to represent how old I was when that happened and some of the really hard things I was going through, like abuse. And so I had that opportunity to actually record an album. When I was 15, I went to this recording studio close to my high school every day after school, and I was able to record this album. It's almost like love letters to myself in the future, encouraging me to continue on and to really feel the pain of like what I was going through based on that creativity that I was using to survive.
This experience led Stephanie Seifus, founder of Brazos Creative, to create an engaging space to teach music.
It's 30-minute music lessons, piano, guitar, ukulele, voice, violin, singing and playing, group music lessons, like that's offered at every studio. I think if something sets us apart, it's this really fun place and program where people can learn life skills.
Between lessons, Seifus takes the opportunity to promote leadership and connect with students.
I think that beyond Brazos Creative, I want my students to succeed in their daily lives. I think that building young leaders is really important.
What makes Brazos Creative special to me is really Miss Stephanie, because she really is like the best teacher ever, and she really tries to make everything easy to learn and fun.
I feel very fulfilled when a student comes to me and says, "You saved my life because you took some time to chat with me about like these really hard things I was going through."
Seifus served as a music director, helping to prepare students for the musical 9 to 5 in Matilda at Copel High School.
It provided an opportunity for me to step into a really cool mentorship role for a lot of those kids that extended beyond Matilda. So it was something I took really seriously, and I had a lot of fun putting my own story and experiences into the characters of Matilda.
For KCBY, I'm Aishwarya Ivan.
Now to the sidekick for the latest from Capel Student Media.
Thanks, Kavya. This week on Capel Student Media, read Zara Shaik's story on the Board of Trustees delaying Town Center Elementary School's consolidation vote. Read Ayan Huck's story on CHS9's new flex time, and read Neve Shikermane's feature on Plunger Boy Judah Mulligan. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks, Hugh. Now to Michaela with the buzz.
The 30th annual Victoria's Secret fashion show kicked off with a strut this week in New York City. This event featured another all-female lineup of musicians around the globe. Missy Elliott, Madison Beer, Carol G, and Twice all hit the stage for the 2025 show, which filmed on Wednesday, October 15th. The brand said its focus was on creativity, confidence, and celebrating all kinds of beauty this time around. In more serious news, musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs has officially been sentenced to 50 months in prison. The sentencing comes after a lengthy trial process that began earlier this year, following his arrest in September of 2024. He was found guilty 2 weeks ago today, after months of testimony and evidence presented in court. This marks a major development in a case that has been closely followed across the entertainment world since the investigation first began. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Michaela. Now to sports for all things Capel Athletics.
Hi, I'm Mihir Gupta, and this is CSPN. From volleyball to basketball, students across Capel are using more than just skill and teamwork to make a difference. Student-run nonprofits have found a way to turn friendly competition into meaningful fundraising. Arias takes a closer look at the impact.
What started as a simple idea among friends turned into something much bigger. For Human at Satyam, the goal wasn't just to play. It was to make a lasting impact through the games they loved.
When we were thinking of ways to fundraise, we thought that a recreational sports tournament would be the best way to do that. I personally know a lot of high schoolers that were interested in things like that in the past, and it served to be a very effective way of doing it. We raised a lot of money.
I really want to increase inclusion in our community and bring people together while also advocating and normalizing mental health issues.
Turning that vision into reality came with its fair share of challenges. From organizing teams to securing venues, they share what it's like to run tournaments from the ground up.
And the main thing is just marketing, making sure that word gets out about it, creating flyers. I know personally I was walking around to a lot of parks like Mateo Park, Rodeo Park, and telling kids that were playing, hey, you should form a team together. It's a way for you to make some extra money on the side while playing the game that you love.
For KCBY, I'm Akshaya Viravelli.
With Capel football taking a tumble and volleyball on a winning streak, Diksha gives us the latest on Capel sports.
Last Friday, your varsity football team played against the Little Elm Lobos out in Little Elm. The Cowboys won the game 35-28 with Capel carrying a 4-1 record and are ranked 50th out of the 1,211 schools across Texas. The Cowboys have 4 more district games until playoffs, with the next one against Louisville tonight at home with kickoff being at 7 p.m. Volleyball was no different, cleanly sweeping up their opponents 3 times in a row against Denton Guyer, Little Elm, and Louisville. The Cowgirls are running an 18-9 record, being placed 109th out of 1,528 schools in Texas. Their next matchup is against Denton Braswell tonight at home at 6:30 p.m. The varsity and JV cross-country teams competed in the District 5 6A championship last Friday. Although both varsity teams fell a little short of their goal of qualifying for regionals, Siddharth Kertapati, Diego Morales, and Maya Easterwood all individually qualified, with Easterwood setting a new school record for the varsity girls. These 3 hard-working runners will represent Capel High School at the regional 1 6A meet in Lubbock. Make sure to congratulate them for their hard work. That's all for the update. Now back to the studio.
Varsha Sivaprasad is one of 2 freshmen on varsity tennis, thanks in part to her passion for the sport. Sirit takes us into the court for the story.
Varsha Sivaprasad began playing tennis at just 7 years old, and over the years, her passion for the sport has only grown stronger. After spending years training and competing privately, she now brings her talent to the varsity tennis team. Coach Alyssa Noonan says it's been exciting to watch Varsha's skills and dedication shine on the court this season.
It's pretty rare that a freshman steps into our program and makes the varsity team, but Varsha competes at a really high level. She's able to hit a lot of different shots within the point and construct her points really well for as young as she is.
I definitely do feel pressured, but I feel like it's also helped me grow as a player and learn how to manage pressure and play under stress.
Captain Ria Guru compliments Varsha's determination on the court.
She could be on the court for hours, but she is still cool, calm, and composed, but still working super hard.
It would be very easy for her to crater, but she's really thrived in those pressure-filled moments.
Being on varsity as a freshman, it's been an advantage. This is an insight into how college matches are gonna work.
Varsha lights up a room when she walks in. She's very friendly. Everyone is excited to see her. She's really an asset both on and off the court. We're really grateful to have her on our program.
For KCBY, I'm Sirat Bhatia.
That's all for CSPN. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Mahir. And now we honor our Teacher of the Week.
This week, we present Mr. Aaron Bunton with our Teacher of the Week. In his classroom, the energy is always high and the learning never stops. Mr. Bunton has so much love and support for student media at Coppell, and we're so grateful for all that he does.
That's all for KCBY this week.
We'll see you next week, CHS. Thanks for tuning in.